So I wanted to talk about the Game Awards today. So the Game Awards were quite ass. I think you may have noticed Expedition 33. It just swept the whole awards. And as the Half-Life subreddit has noticed, there was no Half-Life 3 at the Game Awards, which that was quite disappointing for a lot of people. And I mean, honestly, I wasn't really expecting Half-Life 3 reveal. I hadn't looked into it too much, because it did look like Jeff Keighley was hinting at something big coming, but then there was no Half-Life 3. Now I'm here to talk about why we need Half-Life 3. I didn't really watch much of the Game Awards this year, but like all the nominees for Game of the Year, there was one nominee that wasn't a sequel, and that was Expedition 33, and it just swept the whole thing. I mean, Bonanza, I guess, isn't a sequel, but it's still like a long-running franchise, Donkey Kong. Like, it's one of the oldest gaming franchises, obviously. So, you know, it's just... That's kind of the problem with the gaming industry, I think. It's just, there's not a lot of innovation anymore. But I think that's why it was so funny how Expedition 33 just swept the whole thing. Because it's a turn-based game, we don't see that anymore. Like, other than, like, Pokemon, what other turn-based games are there? So yeah, it made sense that Expedition 33 sweep the whole thing. I mean, I haven't played it, but it's supposed to be just like absolutely amazing. Anyways, let's actually talk about Half-Life 3. As I said, the gaming industry kind of sucks right now. But the thing is, Valve, they could like take us out of this, like, not recession, but you know, like, they could revive the gaming industry and make people love gaming again. Because there are so many people, you see so many videos nowadays of people going, oh, gaming sucks now, why isn't gaming fun anymore? I think Valve, like, if any company's gonna do that, it's gonna be Valve who's gonna bring it back. You know, Valve, say what you want about their output, like, they don't make that many games, obviously. You know, these things, they take time, but, you know, they don't, their workflow is quite poor. That is a criticism, or a very valid critique of them. They always put effort into their single player games. Like there's a reason why all of Valve's single player games are like, or not all of them, but you know, the big ones like Half-Life 2, Half-Life 1, Portal 2, Half-Life Alyx, all those are like at the very top of Steam. The Steam they're the highest rated games, because they just put out so much quality, and it takes a lot of time. You know, Valve, they make sure their products are great before shipping them. They never ship like an unfinished. I mean, sometimes they do, but it's just update and such. But with the actual big, you know, with their big games, they always make sure to playtest them for ages before releasing them. Like they do so much playtesting for all of the games. They analyze every little thing the playtesters do to make the experience perfect. And that's the thing with Half-Life. It's, you know, you might not. Some people think that, oh, Half-Life, if you compare it to other shooters, it's not that great. But like, the thing with Half-Life, it's so polished in comparison to like other shooters. Half-Life is always so polished, and the story is also a very big part of it. The story, I mean, most of the games, it's pretty good. I think the episodes kind of, especially episode 1. I think they took the wrong turn with that one, and that's kind of what doomed the series as well. But you know, like, I'm confident they can make a good game with Half-Life 3. You know, I don't know where they're gonna take the story, but it's gonna be really cool. They're gonna put a lot of effort into it. There's gonna be a lot of care taken into making the game as high of quality as it can be. Here's another thing I wanted to point out. Both Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2, the main games, have had multiplayer. They've had deathmatch. Deathmatch is like a dead genre at this point. They're like Quake, Unreal Tournament, those type of games aren't made anymore. You know, you see the background of this video, I'm playing Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. Like, it's still quite popular, Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. Like, there's still a surprising amount of people playing it. But yeah, the genre is not as big. Like, people would rather play Counter-Strike, or, you know, with a new whatever the new hero shooter is. But I think if there's any franchise that's gonna bring back a deathmatch, it's gonna be Valve. 'Cause, you know, Doom, you know, id Software used to be like the goats of that kind of stuff with, you know, Doom and Quake. But, you know, they've tried and failed to bring it back. But I think if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be Valve. It's gonna be Valve. So yeah, that's just kind of my thing. Half-Life 3, if they make Half-Life 3, it's gonna be great. Like, they're not gonna put out a bad game. It's gonna be amazing. You know, once they put out Half-Life 3, I feel like at that point, they can't count to 3 meme just dies, because when they did count to 3, so then they have no excuse not to make other third entries in their franchises. So as I've said in previous videos, if there's one game that I think they should do a third entry in, it's Team Fortress. Team Fortress 3 would go crazy. Like that, along with Deathmatch, perfect. I mean, come on. So yeah, that's my video on why they need to make Half-Life 3. Why we need Half-Life 3 right now.